All right, guys. So I might be getting a little old school with this, maybe. Okay. But I thought freedom of speech meant that it was freedom of speech for everybody. Like, whether you like the person or not, we cared about everybody having a voice. Okay. We tell them to shut up if we didn't like what they had to say, but I had the right to say it just as much as you had the right to say what you did or have the beliefs that you have. And that's completely fine. And that's what we want in a free society. But it is definitely getting attacked more and more and more, especially since Elon Musk bought Twitter, now known as X. Okay. And Media Matters has been messing with Twitter's algorithm and following some really racist stuff. And when it comes to like anti Semitic, pro Nazi type stuff, and showing it to different people that, or not people, but different corporations that are sponsors and buying ads on Twitter saying, oh, your stuff is your ads are getting shown with a whole bunch of pro-Nazi stuff and anti-Semitic stuff, and they're trying to pull out of Twitter and pull out of these ad deals. So it's very disturbing that they're going to this length. And the only reason they're going to this length, guys, is because X is now a free speech platform. They're not controlled by the establishment like they were. Like, I don't know if you guys forgot, and we're going to show a video too, okay? I got video evidence of this, as well as an article about the courts coming to an agreement on this too in the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, okay? But Twitter was ran with the government during COVID. The government had secret backdoor entrances to be able to block certain people or tell Facebook and Twitter. It wasn't just Twitter or X now, but it was Facebook. Almost every single tech giant out there, the government had connections to and were talking to and telling them who they should pull, who should they censor, all this stuff. And that is very, very disturbing. Okay, very disturbing. So when it comes to this lawsuit, Elon Musk is now suing Media Matters to try to get them to stop, which is huge. Okay, and a lot of other like not even pro conservative, but just pro freedom of speech center people are actually joining in the lawsuit and trying to help Elon out with this. So we're gonna get into it, guys. But hey. Happy what? What is it today? Oh, it's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We're 2 days away from Thanksgiving. All right. I hope you guys have a good one. We're probably going to do an episode tomorrow, but I'm not quite sure. So this might be one of the only ones we do this week just because of the whole Thanksgiving week. But we're going to have a good one. All right, guys. But let's get right into it here. We got this from AP News. Musk's ex sues liberal advocacy group Media Matters over its report on ads next to hate group posts. Elon Musk's social media company X filed a lawsuit against liberal advocacy group Media Matters for America on Monday, saying it manufactured a report to show advertisers' posts alongside neo-Nazi and white nationalist posts in order to drive advertisers from the platform and destroy X Corp. Media Matters, a Washington, D.C. based nonprofit, called the lawsuit frivolous. Advertisers have been fleeing the site formerly known as Twitter over concerns about their ads showing up next to pro-Nazi content and hate speech on the site in general, while billionaire owner Musk has inflamed tensions with his own posts endorsing an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. Now, we're going to stop right there, guys, because me personally, I don't agree with that at all. Okay? He didn't say anything that was pro-Nazi or anti-Semitic. I mean, and if it was anti-Semitic, you got to really read into that, guys. Okay, that was not just some blatant like, oh, well, Israel deserves this, all the Jews deserve this. He didn't say anything like that. Anything like that. Okay, so the way that they are framing this, I'm really not liking. Okay, because it's you can obviously tell the bias in what they're and how they're saying or how they're bringing these things up. Okay, they're trying to put their opinion along with the evidence, which I absolutely hate. Like, if you're gonna give me your opinion, let me know you're giving me my opinion or giving me your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So that's just one thing that really irritates me. And we really got to look out for that when you're getting your news, right? Know and really, really realize when they're trying to insert their opinion with the facts that they're trying to say, you know? All right, let's go back here. IBM, NBC Universal, and its parent company Comcast said last week that they stopped advertising on X after the Media Matters report said their ads were appearing alongside material praising Nazis. It was a fresh setback as the platform tries to win back big brands and their ad dollars, X's main source of revenue. The Media Matters report pointed to ads from Apple and Oracle that also were placed next to anti Semitic material on X. On Friday, it said it also found ads from Amazon, NBA Mexico, NBC Universal, and others next to white nationalist hashtags. But San Francisco based X says in its complaint filed in federal court in Fort Worth, Texas, that Media Matters knowingly and maliciously portrayed ads next to hateful material as if they were typical X users' experience on the platform. X's complaint claims that Media Matters manipulated algorithms on the platform to create images of advertisers' paid posts next to racist, incendiary content. The juxtapositions, according to the complaint, were manufactured, inorganic, and extraordinarily rare. It says Media Matters did this by using X accounts that just followed X users known to produce extreme fringe content and accounts owned by X's major advertisers. This, the complaint says, led to a feed aimed at producing side-by-side placements that Media Matters could then screenshot in an effort to alienate X advertisers. Media Matters said Monday that it stands by its reporting and expects to prevail in court. This is a frivolous lawsuit meant to bully X's critics into silence, the nonprofit's president, Angelo Carosone, said in a prepared statement. Now, honestly, I full-heartedly believe that Media Matters coerced this algorithm. They definitely did. It's very easy to do, guys. All you got to do is follow the extreme people, okay? Follow them and also follow, those main advertiser people, NBC, Universal Studios, all that stuff, right? You follow all of that and that's all you follow. The algorithm has no other choice but to put the extreme content next to ads that might pop up from the big corporations that you're also following. Like, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Like, why are we not able to see this? So again, this is going to be something that Elon Musk is going to win. But the thing is they knew that this is going to cause that immediate shift of dollars and ad dollars away from Twitter or X. And that's the problem. Like, it's what the effect they wanted is already happening. It's already there. Okay. So they don't need to do anything else. He's already losing the money. Okay. That is what they wanted. So it's just very irritating, guys. And the reason why it's something that we need to pay attention to is this is our freedom of speech that they're going after. They don't want any other social media tech giant to have the ability to allow free speech. They want to completely censor and limit whatever speech is available. And that is a problem, guys. This is very Orwellian that we're going into. If you have not read the book 1984, or at least read summaries of what the book is about, you need to do it, because and this was a fictional book back in the day. Okay. This is as real life as it gets now. Like what is in that fictional book is almost to a T what is happening right now. Okay. And that should concern everybody. And that is why I'm just so adamant. We got to protect our freedom of speech, guys. We have to. And again, this goes into our other story here. Is we got this Trump on Yahoo Entertainment. Trump sues MSNBC, Reuters, and 18 other news organizations, claims they coordinated in misreporting a $73 million Truth Social loss. Donald Trump is still very angry over the erroneous reporting about the financial losses at his Twitter clone, Truth Social, and in a new lawsuit filed Monday, the ex-president claimed that the reports were actually a vast media conspiracy involving no less than 20 major media outlets. The lawsuit comes following reports this month that Truth had lost $73 million in 2023. That figure turned out to be incorrect. The company has actually lost $31 million. It's not clear how the error occurred. The initial $73 million figure was attributed to a securities filing by Digital World Acquisition Corp., which is attempting to merge with Truth Social the next day, all report. The next day on, that must be a typo. The lawsuit, filed in Sarasota County, Florida, on behalf of Trump Media and Technology Group, names several major news outlets alongside more niche finance, politics, or left-leaning websites as plaintiffs. Among them are MSNBC, Newsweek, NBC, Reuters, The Daily Beast, The Miami Herald, and its executive editor, Alex Mena Midietti. The Hill, the New York Daily News, the Daily Mail, Axios, the Hollywood Reporter, Salon, Deadline, Miami Herald. The lawsuit alleges that the $73 million figure was an utter fabrication. Each defendant, in apparent coordination, reported the exact same false number within approximately 24 hours of one another, each citing to a Public Securities and Exchange filing, an SEC filing, in which the mystery $73 million loss appears nowhere. So they all cited, guys, they all cited this SEC filing. And nowhere in that filing does it say that they lost 73 million. Okay. And all of these major news outlets reported that same $73 million figure within 24 hours of each other, basically citing each other. That's all they were doing. I mean, come on, guys. Again, this is not about Trump. Okay. This is if they can do it to him, who is a billionaire, because he's going against the narrative that they want to push. They are trying to destroy him. That this is, and if this is allowed, then we are not in a free country at all anymore. That freedom is gone. That there is no, this is not the world that our parents grew up in. Okay, this is just not. We're this close from losing absolutely everything, guys. I mean, if this doesn't show you that we're that close to losing everything, I mean, the moment freedom of speech is gone, and we don't have the right to bear arms anymore, you might as well just call us China 2.0. Like this is not the best country in the world, and it won't be at any point if we lose both of those rights that we have. Those are the most important rights for any free, prosperous country to have. Freedom to bear arms for your citizens and freedom of speech for everybody, not just the people that you like. Like, that's what we need to get through our heads on both sides of the aisle. It's not about just saying and allowing speech that you like. It is about allowing speech that you don't like and fighting it out, in better words, figuratively speaking, in just speech, just better speech. Better speech always wins, okay? Whoever has the best idea always wins. And when they go to these lengths of trying to coerce the public and having all these media organizations going off the same fabricated number from an SEC filing that doesn't even have that figure of 73 million. Okay. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. The only reason they have a $31 million loss because they just started True Social not that long ago. Like, you got to bleed money in social media to get to a certain point, and then the ad revenue and everything's going to start rolling. So, but 73 million, that can change investors, which it could have if this wasn't caught. So again, guys, just something we really need to pay attention to. And again, when we go over this, a reason why it's important, don't forget, the government has completely tried censoring the American public ever since COVID. You really saw it when COVID hit. And do you forget how you could have got banned or suspended off Twitter or any other tech giant company for saying something about the COVID vaccine or saying that COVID isn't that big of a deal and all this stuff? Like, just to refresh your memory, guys, I have this little video clip, okay, from a Congress meeting. It's only a 2-minute clip, okay, 2-minute clip. And it really goes in to how they were really working with the federal government. Twitter was working with the federal government at this time, and it's just nuts to hear it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As was asked earlier, my colleagues across the aisle, what evidence is there? The evidence is very clear. It's black and white. It's already been made public. Matt Taibbi, a journalist, in December 16th of last year, revealed that you can go online and see the evidence here, and he links to it, but Twitter's contact with the FBI was constant and pervasive as if it were a subsidiary. And I'm quoting Matt Taibbi in this: between January 2020 and November of 2022, there were over 150 emails between the FBI and former Twitter employees. One in particular, Yoel Roth, who was already here and testified before us. But there were a number of requests by the FBI for Twitter to take action on misinformation. They even tried to ban accounts that were telling jokes I mean, this is the ridiculous nature of agents of the federal government. And some of it wasn't just Republicans. There were Democrats, too, that were targeted. So some of this is bipartisan targeting on both sides of the aisle, whether it was this administration or last administration. This really should be a bipartisan conversation. And this, what Matt Taibbi also stated was that in the Twitter files, it was not just the FBI, it was DHS, it was DNI, it was other agencies participating in this, including elected officials we found out just a few weeks ago, including a U.S. senator who tried to have constituents banned on Twitter because they said something criticizing him. And so, this is a huge issue, I think, and we're not talking about, as my colleague said earlier, about terms and services of Twitter or other private social media companies. We're talking about agents, representatives of the federal government being involved here, and the evidence is very clear. And Mr. Chairman, if you'll allow me, we can re-enter into the record again some of these tweets that expose the FBI and DHS and DNI. I'd like to enter into the record with unanimous consent these tweets that show that federal agencies were involved with manipulating content, censoring content, and monitoring content at their whim. Thank you, and I yield back, Mr.
I mean, guys, again, that is just absolutely insane to me how they were working on censoring regular people, even just Twitter accounts for jokes and things like that, which is just insane how much of a chokehold they were trying to have on our freedom of speech online. Like they thought it was that big of a threat to the establishment way of going about things. And guys, the establishment way of going about things right now across not just the United States but across the world with what our foreign just what we're trying to do across the entire globe is just not, it's not going to be beneficial for the United States and for the people of the United States. It's only going to be beneficial for the people that are in power, that are in seats of Congress, that are in the Senate, that are a part of this administration. Okay, we need to get people in that care more about about the actual populace. Okay, like about the actual citizen these days. That we're running out of time. We are running out of time. The United States we are really running out of time to save this thing. All right, guys. So we just need to wake up a little bit. Just be aware of what's going on, guys. That's all I got to say. All right. And when it comes to freedom of speech, we got to protect everybody that is fighting for that. And Elon Musk is fighting for that. Whether you like Trump or not, he's at least fighting against these big media corporations that want to do nothing but just control the narrative. When their narrative is not factual, it needs to be based off facts, not your opinion. They are just trying to control the narrative, which is pissing me off. And that's why I like getting a lot of my news from a lot of unbiased places, a lot of places that show both sides. Like, just let me know that you have one anchor that is right wing and another one that's left wing. That way, a person like me that's independent can figure it out and find that middle ground. You know what I mean? But again, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Have a blessed week. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. Have a great time with your family. Don't eat too much. We don't want to get you into a food coma. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, that turkey with a little bit of cranberry sauce, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Can't wait for that. All right. But hey, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you on that next video.